Hello, hello. All right, get into this. Let's get into this. All right, my Leos. We start with the Hanged Man. This is Piscean energy. And we got somebody who wants to leave maybe something that they consider to be like not the lifestyle they want to live. We got this man. He's like a he's a dancer, a performer. He or she doesn't matter. But exit door is there and open. This is somebody who feels like maybe they've been staying where they're at because of money, but they have wanted to change their circumstances. Maybe they've felt like they have to do so many things to like appease their audience, and it's just not something that they want to keep doing anymore. Which good for them for deciding if they know that they want to exit. Hopefully they will, right? Whatever a character, if their soul isn't in it, their heart isn't in it, hopefully they always decide to leave. However, we actually have an Eight of Swords. It's really hard for this person to leave. They feel like there's all these blockages. They feel like there's even all these people that don't want them to leave. Knight of Pentacles. They keep trying to find a way to patch it up so that they can distract themselves from being unhappy with what they're doing. Distract themselves from the fact that they are staying stuck or that they feel stuck by trying to find other let's say distractions. They go out dancing, they go out clubbing, they're trying to find some way to make themselves feel like I can stay in this job even though I don't like it, but I can't afford to leave it, but I'll just at least go out and have some fun. But the problem with that is the more they find distractions, the less likely they are to leave something behind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it this way. I feel like we have a character who more or less says, whatever it is that I got myself into, I feel like I have no power over my own life, whether this is a career, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a combo of the two. There's I can't leave it because there's so many other people that would, man, I'd be skewered, they'd be so mad at me. So maybe this is an interwoven thing. Like, let's say somebody's in a job and everybody knows them and knows the partner that they're with as well. And it's like, if I walk away from this job, or this partner, I'm not going to be able to stay in the job. Or if I walk away from the job and the partner, nobody's going to have a nice thing to say about me, which is going to make it really hard to get another job elsewhere. So what do? I keep staying and I keep just trying to give myself a patch up of like things that will help me to distract myself from how unhappy I am. This could be somebody who's been flirting around a lot, trying to find some little, grasp some little happiness. The problem with that is that it's actually delaying them making the changes that they so desperately need to make. Because we start out with somebody who's delaying. We start out with the Hanged Man. They know what they want to do, but they're not making the change. We see them, feeling stuck, and now we see them slowly. I think that they are making their own progress go really slow by these distractions. So if this person wanted to get out of a relationship or a job or something and change their life circumstances, they don't seem to be. Are they wanting somebody to come in and rescue them? Is that it? Or they get themselves involved in ridiculous drama because it takes the pressure off of their life drama? We started out with what seems like the storyline of a masculine, okay, just because of what we saw on the card. And we've had this kind of consistency with this masculine all the way through. They're trying to mask their unhappiness. They're trying to cope with the fact that they feel stuck. They're trying to make peace with some idea that, I don't have freedom yet. But are they getting involved in other people's drama? Do they like to pay attention to other people's lives that are messier than their own because it takes the pressure off of them? They feel better about where they're stuck. It feels like there's this weird twist of mind where either they're getting involved in other people's drama, paying attention to other people's drama, even to the point of if they know somebody who is like married but has a side dish and is embroiled in some big drama, they're like, oh, well, if that person's doing it, I'm definitely not as, my life isn't nearly as messy as theirs. So that makes me feel better. It makes me feel better to see other people involved in other things that are more complicated than my own. But now I feel like we have Leo. We have this Page of Wands. And this Leo comes across as youthful, comfortable in their own skin. Leo is not involved in whatever this drama is. I don't know if Leo is dealing with somebody who lives in a big, huge mansion, whether that really is a mansion or that just refers to somebody is living this kind of affluent life, but they seem to be like a worker bee in an affluent lifestyle. Like maybe this is somebody who is right-hand man to, or right-hand woman to like a big CEO of a big company, and they can't leave that because if I leave this job, if I leave my relationship, maybe that's wrapped up in this job, maybe all of this makes me feel stuck, or I'm addicted to the money, I can't let it go. So instead, because I'm rolling with the big wealthy cats, I kind of like keep up with their lifestyle also, which actually makes me spend the money that I'm actually earning. But hey, if I'm the assistant to a big wig and they're going to go out, clubbing at a high expensive place, I guess I am too. And if the big wig is going to go get involved in drama, and romance, maybe I'm going to mimic that. It's so weird. I feel like Leo's on the outside of this whole mess. Leo has nothing to do with this. Leo is comfortable with whatever they have in their own life. Leo doesn't get seduced by things like money and supposed privilege. I think Leo realizes that it's better to be single, free, have one's own autonomy, have one's personal freedom to make personal choices and grow one's own tree of life. But the Page of Wands says Leo is interested in something. Maybe Leo has their own idea of, building genuine wealth, building genuine success in their life. We have this Judgment card and it is sideways. Hang on, because I almost think that Leo, if anything, there might be a little spark of interest in this person. Maybe Leo met this individual who's so wrapped up in some expensive lifestyle that they can't even afford, and they actually are being like more or less a worker bee or a puppet for some expensive, elaborate kind of, it just feels like an unsavory game. And it feels like they get really bad advice here with that Temperance card. It's like, oh, well, just, just have a good time, flirt with a bunch of people, you'll have a good life. See, this is how I do it. And I'm really wealthy. It feels like that's the presentation that has been shown to this masculine, who then follows suit with what they're kind of like being trained to do because of this wealthy lifestyle that they're trying to attach themselves to. But really, they're never going to be the wealthy person. They're always going to be like part of the entourage. But they're basically saying, I know this is not good. I know I should walk away from this, but I don't know how. So instead, I'll just keep trying to give myself distractions and keep following the lead of whoever is in charge of this wealthy lifestyle that they cannot keep up with. But now they're kind of like, they're part of the entourage. They're the worker bee, but now they also are wasting their own money and not getting themselves out of this. But somehow it's like, I don't know if Leo wonders if this person is ever going to show back up in their life. So I'm thinking Leo has met this individual. Let me just ask bluntly, Leo, what relationship does Leo have to seemingly this masculine who's tied up in the money? The High Priestess in the reverse. They may have had a sensual encounter with this person, because the High Priestess, especially in the reverse, is where somebody reveals all their secrets. It's a very sensual card. But it's also something that's been highly revealed. What is it that was revealed to Leo about this person? We have got a Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And it's interesting because Leo saw through this person. When Leo met this individual, they may have come across as a man of means, when in fact they are not. They, I kept saying it's like this person works for the very wealthy, is kind of a worker bee, is kind of part of the entourage, is kind of like the puppet who is also being treated like they live in some weird limbo land where it's almost like they're a friend to the very wealthy, but really they work for the very wealthy. And worse than that, they're more like the toady. I think Leo saw through that immediately, saw, oh, I think I'm dealing with somebody who they crave wealth and power, so they surround themselves by it without realizing they're never going to make it. I mean, this is not to be rude, like anybody can change their circumstances, but I think Leo saw through exactly what we've been saying again and again. This person is now getting like tricked into trying to like spend their own money to try to keep up with this wealthy lifestyle that they cannot keep up with, which slows their progress of ever getting themselves out of this experience that they're trapped in, because they keep taking really bad advice from whomever this wealthy mentor slash employer slash frenemy is. All of that is something Leo like intuitively saw, understood, knew about this person, but they also knew you're never going to get out of this. You're seduced by the glam, the glitz, and you don't really see that if you were to stand on your own 2 feet and be content with less, you could actually maybe build your real empire. Now, Leo doesn't seem to have built their full empire, but they do think about what they're doing. Tell me only about Leo now. We have got the Fool and the 10 of Cups. Leo's mindset is, I feel like Leo travels when they choose to. Maybe they don't stay, in 5-star places in business class, but they have the freedom to do things. Leo could be their own business owner. They could have built something pretty stable for themselves. They're still at the beginning of doing things that really matter to them. They are envisioning a life full of real contentment. They're envisioning being happily married. They're envisioning, like, you don't have to have a ton of wealth and stuff to have loyalty. I think Leo's always going to be loyal to the sense of personal freedom, but they would be a very loyal partner and have a very happy life together with someone. And to them, it's like, I'd rather have, save my money and take vacations and trips that I really want to take, or me and my partner really want to take, than have my life basically paid for because my employer pays for it, but I have no freedom to do anything other than what my employer wants me to do once I'm there. I wouldn't choose to be that. I would rather work for my own money, make my own travel plans, go where I want, be with who I want, and not have my life ruled by others. This is dedication to freedom. Okay, so Leo is very much, they've actually found the lifestyle that works for them. This Leo cannot be bought. This Leo makes their own money. They make their own decisions. They love their life as it is, but they would love to have a power couple relationship with somebody. This Leo is coming across as very youthful, no matter what age they are. They are probably, because they keep a lot of that stress off of their shoulders because they don't get pressured by other people. You can't pressure this Leo because they always have their own autonomy. They're interested in building more. They're interested in, they got a plan for their life, but they'll always do it on their terms. That is not the way this other person is. So Leo recognized that about this masculine, like they are not living life on their terms, and they're not ever going to be able to if they stay the way they are. 7 of Swords is in the reverse. What does that mean? Leo has been very honest with themselves about this whole situation. And what does that mean? 4 of Wands is interesting because Leo's ready for a long-term commitment. They know that. And if I kind of think this is the reckoning. I think this is the time where Leo is saying, you know what, if a person who's still so seduced by money, still so captivated and captured and cannot free themselves from, the lust for shiny things and the ridiculous way that they are, unhappy, but staying and distracting themselves just to try to cope, if that's what they're going to do, I think it's time to realize then my destiny lies with somebody else because I'm ready for a marriage. We see marriage twice. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 4 of Wands. I think this is Leo recognizing that I'm such a different kind of person. I will never live my life on anyone else's terms. I would not allow myself to be beholden to somebody else's, when they snap their fingers, I don't even ask how high, I just start jumping. Leo doesn't do that. This masculine might, though. And it's unfortunate because I'm thinking that at one point Leo must have thought this person could have been their person. Let me just see. How did Leo feel about this person? Yeah, Queen of Wands. They pictured, oh my God, we could have this amazing life together. We could have kids together. We could, be a power couple together. We could build so much. We could grow so much together. Oh man, imagine if I had a fellow person to like, we in our sense of freedom could build and grow a legacy together. This would be amazing. So I think Leo wanted this person to see them in that light and wanted to be that for them. I think Leo would have been an amazing partner to this person. What's this masculine think about Leo? If anything, I don't even know, because they're so tied up. We've got the world and we have the Two of Swords. They think Leo is high power, traveling in business class all the time, has this great new life, and they still feel completely like they're so focused on the wrong things. It's almost like somebody who spends all their money trying to play the lottery, hoping that they'll win it big and then they can match with Leo and they can be flying in business class. Why don't they understand Leo better? Why does this person not understand that's not who Leo is? I don't understand how they could get this so wrong. The Justice, the Three of Wands, they're going to figure it out too late. They come across now possibly as a Libra. This Three of Wands is the future's looking pretty grim and they're feeling like a fool a little bit down the road. I said, why don't they see Leo the way Leo is? They are, maybe they're only just now starting to understand this. Maybe they made false assumptions about Leo. They did an injustice here to Leo. They projected, well, Leo wouldn't want to be with me unless I have tons of money. It's weird because I think Leo, okay, when you can be proud and hold your head up high and have absolutely nothing. And I think that that is Leo. Whether they have nothing or they have something, Leo still has good confidence in themselves. They don't value themselves based on how much money is in their bank account. They have a strong sense of pride in who they are and how they do things, but they don't have to do things all first class and tons of money. I think they're probably business savvy and they're proud of that. I think this is somebody who's just comfortable in their own skin. But this individual, this masculine, took it as, oh, Leo wants the best of everything. You know, Leo wants to be a power couple. Leo wants big money. No, Leo's real sense of pride and holding their head up high comes from that inner knowledge that I choose what's right for me. Nobody else owns me. And I make my own way through this world. And sure, I would love to be in a happy relationship and I could picture what we could build together. But they took it as Leo wants tons of money. I don't have it. I better go out and make tons of money if I'm ever going to get with Leo. They're the ones who put the wrong image on this, and they're going to find it out later, possibly after they've wasted years trying to become super rich by latching on to wealthy scenarios that kept them actually further and further away from Leo. Seven of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. It feels like, I don't know if they're coming to that reckoning where it's crashing down pretty soon, because this is 3 days to 3 months. It seems like it's coming very soon that they're going to realize that they got it all wrong, that they were so confused. They could have been with Leo all this time, and instead they got themselves trapped elsewhere. I mean, this Wheel of Fortune in particular is like, look at the stress. It's like, oh my God, I'm further away from Leo than I've ever been. Now Leo's moving on with somebody else, is going to be marrying somebody else. I can't believe, why did I not realize this? We have the Hermit. It feels like they constantly spy on the Leo. They always keep tabs on the Leo. I wouldn't normally say that about a Hermit, but we see it here. And I think they're just about to discover that the Leo is moving on now. All this time, they've maybe been trying to get their hands on money instead of just choosing to be with the Leo. And I think Leo's going to end up with somebody that is actually an emperor, somebody who has an awesome sense of self. And all this time, they could have been Leo's emperor. This is not great. If they could change their behavior, they might still have a shot to come back into Leo's life. But it seems like they keep delaying just showing up and building a legacy with Leo. So I think Leo's ready to go build a legacy with somebody else. It's just really unfortunate because this person's made all the wrong moves if they wanted to be with Leo. All right, I'm going to leave that there, as tough as it is. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.